everyone, that's Caroline with 10 Tiny Toes Yoga, and today we have a longer yoga sequence, but it is a very low grounded flow. So it's great if you're feeling like you do want to get some yoga in, but you know you don't have the energy to do a lot of vinyasa and sun salutations. So grab some stretchy pants, your mat, a towel to sit on, and a bolster if you'd like, and let's get flowing. All right, so we're going to get started seated on our mat today. Again, I have just a blanket folded up underneath me to elevate my hips. You can do this with a cushion off your couch or a couple of bath towels rolled up, just anything that's going to give you a good foundation. And bringing your hips to the edge of that blanket so that you can feel your knees drop down, releasing some of the tension. Walk out your feet so that they're not crossed over each other, just to start to provide some more opening to those joints. And we're going to get started just with a couple of breaths, centering, releasing our day, and getting ready for a flow that's just going to help you to open up and to feel good, especially before bedtime. So closing your eyes, I want you to think about your posture, rooting your sit bones down into that mat or your blanket, growing your spine tall, stacking your vertebrae, releasing your shoulders down and back, taking that tension out of your neck and your shoulders. Closing your eyes, your hands can rest softly on the backs of your knees. And let's take some breaths in and out. Another deep breath, just like that. In and out. And close your mouth, lick your lips, and let's start to breathe in and out through our nose. So as you take those deep breaths in, really feel that air come on down into your lungs, opening, broadening your chest. And then as you exhale, slow down that exhale. A lot of the times we rush through it, but your power is in your control of your breath. So take another deep inhale in. And exhale. Keep it going. As you continue those slow and steady breaths, consciously let go of tension that you're holding on to. Feel like every exhale is just letting you melt down further into your mat, releasing that tension, just bringing you back to the basis of you and that baby. And on each inhale, I want you to imagine this air coming in through your nostrils. And it's going into your lungs and it's feeding your baby. That is your lifeline to your child right now. So make those breaths really rich. Now taking one hand, place it on your heart. Place your other hand on your belly, on your baby. And let's take another couple of breaths here just to connect to that divine power inside of you. Really envision that baby. Envision those noses and those little fingers and toes, and just think of all of the immense possibilities of love that are just growing inside of you right now. Taking another breath in, feeling your heart and sending it down to your baby. One more time. Start to flutter your eyes open. And let's start to open up our necks. So bringing your hands to the tops of your knees. And again, if this has been too long, feel free just to stretch out your legs real quick, opening them up, maybe switching out whichever leg is in front. But realigning your spine, having as much space as you can inside for you and baby. Drop your right ear over to your right shoulder. Automatically let that left shoulder drop down. It's going to want to hunch up. Roll it down and back. Feel the space opening in your neck. And then drop your chin down into your chest. Feel that tension in the back of your neck. Maybe just give it a little soft sway side to side. And then on your next inhale, rotate your neck over to the left ear to left shoulder. Right shoulder comes down and back. Spine is still straight and tall. Be aware of if you've just hunched over. We're always constantly working on our posture. And let's do that one more time to each side. So dropping your chin down through center, rolling over to the right. Flowing with your breath. Exhale down through the center. Inhaling over to the left. And then release back down through the middle. Lifting your head proudly up through your midline. We're going to start working down that back, opening up your shoulders. So hands come down by your side, palms are up, thumbs are flipped back. And on an inhale, open up your arms to the sky, like you're trying to scoop up all of these things. And then exhale your hands down through your heart center. And I'm really pushing my palms into each other. This isn't a passive move. I'm engaging my shoulders. And then release. Inhale, scoop your arms around and up. You can bring your chin up to see your fingers. Exhale, hands down through your midline, squeezing your hands together to engage. One more time. Inhale, around and up to the sky. And now we're going to go into some lateral bends. So bringing your left hand off to the left side, resting on your fingertips. We don't want to engage our obliques. We just want to stretch them. Lean over to the left, feeling this stretch through your right side. And then pushing down through your left hand, lift yourself back up towards the center. And exhale over to the right. Leaning all the way over, opening up that left side body. Inhale, both arms back up. Now you can go through that lateral stretch again, or you can join me in a little spinal twist. So it's going to depend on where baby is at with you today. So if you want to do the lateral flexion again, you'll just take your left hand down to the left side. Or if you would like to twist, bring your body over to the left side. Right arm comes across to grab that left knee. Left hand is behind you, sitting up straight and tall. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, unwind, bringing both hands back up to the sky. And exhale, you can lateral bend or join me in a twist to your opposite side. Left arm comes across to that right knee. Right arm is behind you. And then release, coming back to the middle. Now we're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So if you are sitting on a blanket, you can take that off, take it to the side. Your feet are out in front of you, about hips distance apart, maybe wider if that's more comfortable for you. And your hands are going to come behind you. So we're working automatically on just strengthening that back. So this is a low sequence, but it will still give you a lot of benefits. So your hands can be facing forward. If that's too much for you, you can bring them to the side, whichever works better for you. And you're going to push down through your feet, squeeze your back muscles, lift, pushing your glutes up. Don't let your head fall back, but you should feel this great opening across your chest, across your shoulders, and you're starting to really engage your back body. Lower your hips down one more time. Release your hands, making some circles. I know circulation gets kind of hard with that carpal tunnel. Let's go through that one more time. Hands come back behind you. Push down through your heels of your feet and your hands. Squeeze your glutes. Lift them up to the sky. And exhale, lower back down. Now we're going to briefly roll all the way down to a bridge position. So you can have your hands behind your knees just to safely roll on back, one little vertebrae at a time. On your back, walk your heels closer to your feet, and let's engage that back body. So we're going to roll up to bridge 3 times. So you're pushing down through your heels, squeezing your glutes, rolling your hips up towards the sky, really feeling this engagement along your back body. And then exhale, roll it back down. 2 more times, pushing down through those heels, roll it back up. Exhale, back down. One more. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, roll it back down. And now we're going to really isolate to build a little bit more strength. So extending your right foot up to the sky. We're going to do that bridge roll up just using our left leg. Do what you can. This is a little intense if you have not been working on some leg strength, but it's a good little test to see where you are. So pushing down through that left heel, squeeze, pushing your right foot up towards the sky, lower it down, squeeze and lift, lower it down. One more time. Squeeze and lift, lower it down, and release. Opposite leg, left foot goes up towards the sky, pushing down through that right heel. Push down as you lift your left foot up, lower it down, lift up, and down. One more. Really feeling it more in this quadricep, the left, right thigh. And then bring both knees down. And we're going to roll our body over to the right side. So we're getting into a little bit of leg work. Hey, I feel like I'm just hanging out. Not for long. All right, so we're going to start with some clams. We're really working on isolating those glutes right now. So I want you to bind your feet together. And we're going to just be lifting and lowering that top knee. So again, you can have your head down. I personally just want mine propped up for right now. And you can have your hand in front of you. Baby is off to the side, so we're not laying on our backs by any means. And I sometimes like to put my hand right here on the outer side of my glute because then I can feel it working. So here we go with some clams. You're going to inhale, squeeze that leg up, exhale it down. Keep going. Notice my feet are staying together down at the bottom. It's really making me isolate my strength up here to just lift. And somewhere in there, you are going to feel a muscle moving, and it's going to be awesome. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, tying your knees together, we're just going to lift the ankle. This is going to help with a little bit of twist in case we have any sciatic issues. This can help to open up the femur and the joints in the pelvis. So you're just lifting the ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to alternate between a clam and that. So open up your knee, open up your ankle. Knee, ankle. One more time. Knee, ankle. Perfect. Hand comes down to the floor in front of you. Really kick that left leg out. We're going to make some small circles. Try to have your toe pointed down, your big toes pointed down, and you're leading with your heel. So making little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going for 8 in each direction. 6, 7, 8. And then reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to end with a little quad stretch. So bend that knee, bringing your ankle close to your glute. Can you grab that ankle and then pushing that knee away from you? So you'll feel this amazing yummy stretch down the top of that quadricep, maybe a little bit even into your hip flexors. And then for the last bit, bring those knees to stack, and you're going to flatten your torso down to the mat. So again, baby is still off to the side. We're just doing a little spinal twist here. All right, and now let's move to the other side. So you can just flip on over to your other side. I will turn around and face you in the other direction though. So coming on down again, finding your alignment, just having your hand out front, your head can be propped up. We're going to start with those clams again. So binding your feet together, start to squeeze up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really feel that squeeze. 6, 7, 8. Now 4 of those ankle lifts for 1. We're just getting our body kind of having that muscle memory for when we want to do that little combo. 3, 4. Now we're going to alternate clam, ankle, clam, ankle. Last one, clam, ankle. Extend that right leg long. Turn your toes down so you're leading with your heel. Small circles forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So bring your knee in. Once again, bring your heel closer to your glutes. Push that knee away for the quadriceps stretch. And then we're going to end with that supine twist one more time. So bringing your torso down, your back is on the mat, your baby is still off to the side. Your knees can be stacked or they can come a little bit apart, but it's just a good stretch for what we were just working out right there. Another deep breath in and exhale. And now will you join me in a tabletop position? All right, so we're back in our tabletop position. And being careful for your alignment, your hips are above your knees, your shoulders are above your wrists. We're just going to go for some cats and cows. So on an inhale, you're going to lift your throat up to the sky, maybe opening your glutes a little bit, swaying a little bit side to side, kind of wagging the tail of the dog, opening up some movement there. And then on your exhale, you're going to find some stillness in your lower body as you pull baby up into your spine, letting your chin rotate into your chest, really pushing that mat away from you, tucking your chin in deep, feeling that opening in your upper neck. And let's rotate between those two poses. So on an inhale, opening up your throat, contracting those muscles between your shoulder blades, releasing your ears away from your shoulders. And then exhaling, pushing the mat away, tucking your chin into your chest, really trying to find some more opening. It kind of helps to rock back and forth in this pose, just to really open up the tension that we store in our upper back. And then one last time, inhale and open. Exhale and into your cat pose. Coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to add some more of our low core strength here. So let's start first with our right leg. Extending your right leg back. You can tuck your right toes under, just rocking back and forth, stretching out that calf muscle first. And then lifting your right leg up to the sky, turning your right hip down, trying to find some parallel between your hips and the floor. Extending your left arm forward, pushing up out of your mat. Don't sink into your frame. Be very strong in your frame. Inhale, and you can stay here, or as you exhale, you can slowly bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale and extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale and extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. And extend one last time and release. Opposite side. Let's first just extend that left leg back, stretching out your calf muscle, just pushing back and forth a little bit, finding some movement just to help us to open up. And then coming back to a neutral position, squeeze your left glute to lift your left leg behind you, extending your right arm forward. Again, be careful to push out of your frame. Don't sink into your mat. We want to keep building all of those ligaments of our joints here. And again, you can stay here or you can join me for 3 tucks. So inhale and extend. Exhale and crunch. Inhale and extend. Exhale and crunch. We're going to do one more. And I just want to remind you guys, if you're wobbly or your balance is off, balance is a growth process. You have to keep trying it and you will get better each time. So don't judge yourself. Hands come down. Bring your knees apart, big toes to touch. Push yourself back just for a lovely little child's pose stretch. Extending those arms out long. Taking a deep inhale in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Just allow yourself to melt down into that mat. Okay. And then coming on back up to your tabletop position, we're going to come into a side plank. So let's take your left foot off to the side of the mat. You're on your left hand. Extend your right foot far off. And you can take your your right arm up to the sky. You can bring it down to your hips, just whatever's going to help you find that balance at first. We're engaging our whole side body here, but we're going to start again with some more of that shoulder strength. So inhale, opening those shoulders, just doing some circles. And one more sweep on through. And then switching to the other side, bringing your right hand down to the mat, right knee. Take your right foot off to the side, extend your left leg long. Your left arm goes up to the sky. And sweeping your arm forward. You're just creating space in that side body, which is going to help baby to have more space to move, give you more space to breathe. And it will feel good, I promise. Perfect. And then bring your left hand down to the mat. Bring your left knee down. And we're going to walk back to a malasana. So a malasana is a squat pose, so just walking your hands back. If you can bring the heels of your feet down to the floor, go for it. If not, don't worry. It's nothing. It's just some people's bodies are different. One way to make this a little bit easier is to take your blanket or your towel, and you probably wouldn't move like that if you're pregnant, but you can still find a way to do it. Push pause. And you could put that under your heels. It just gives you a little bit more space. But this is a good position to try because this is obviously a birthing position and it helps to release your hips and the tension and just to bring you some more peace for when you do need to be pushing. So taking one moment here just to calm your mind, reconnect with your breath. All right. Let's push ourselves up to standing. So you're going to come up slowly, bringing your hands down first. If you do have a mat or something rolled up under your heels, remove that out of the way. Drop your heels down to the mat. Walk your hands just to your knees and hold here for a second. We have to be very careful when we're standing and sitting when we're pregnant just because our blood pressure can be pretty off. So we're going to pause here and take in some benefits of yoga and do a little cat and cow from this position. So on an inhale, once again, pull your chest through, lengthen your throat, squeeze those back muscles. And as you exhale, tuck baby up into your hips. Push your hands down into your knees, stretching out your upper back. One more time. Inhale and open. Exhale. And slowly roll yourself up to standing. All right, we are going to come into a little squat sequence. So coming wide on your mat, if your mat is still facing forward, just step wider than your mat. You want to have a very wide stance. We're going into a prayer squat. So you want your knees to go out to the side, but you don't want them to go past your ankles. So step your feet as wide as you need to. And we're just going to be working on opening up, building some strength. So there's a soft bend in your knees. They're not locked out. Your toes are out at about a 45-degree angle. Your hands are down by your side. Inhale, circle your arms around and up to the sky. They're going to meet in that prayer position. As you exhale, sink down into a prayer squat as your hands come down in front of your chest. So this is our prayer squat, and as you open up and straighten out your legs and your arms, we're going to call this 5-pointed star. So here's star pose, down into your prayer squat. Let's alternate between those two. Inhale up for star. Exhale down for your squat. Inhale for star. Exhale, hold your squat and hold it, and we're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten out for 5-pointed star. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, pulse it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up, come down and pulse again. However, on this pulse, lift your right heel and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5-pointed star. Exhale, come down and pulse. Left heel lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5-pointed star. Come on down. You still have it in you. Down we go. Can you lift up both? It's hard. If not, don't worry about it. Just keep them both down. But if you can lift and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5-pointed star. You've got this. I'm like getting winded. I'm sorry. And then come on down. The smallest movement here, you're going to act like you're opening up your knees to the side. So you're pulsing your legs wider. Small movement, but you can do it. Focus. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5-pointed star. You've got this. Hands on your hips. Turn your toes forward. One little lean back, feeling that stretch. And then exhale, hinging at your hips. Coming down halfway for a little forward fold here. Stopping halfway, you can bring your hands down to the mat. And we're going to do one little twist here. So if you can't get down that far, you can place a block underneath you. But placing your left hand underneath your face, lift your right arm up to the sky. And then exhale that arm back down. Let's go to the other side, lifting that arm up. Exhale, bring that down. Turn your toes out to that 45-degree angle again. Walk your hands up to your knees. Once again, coming up very slow. We're going to go for some shoulder dips. So I am leaning my hands against my inner thighs. I'm using my hands to push those knees wider. Take a deep inhale in. And as you exhale, dip to one side. Doesn't matter which way you go. We're going to do them both. But just feel this little opening. You're using your own body as leverage to help open up your spine and your hips. Inhale and come back through the middle. And then exhale. Shoulder dip over to the other side. Perfection. Coming back through the middle. And squeeze down through your legs to lift yourself back up. Bringing your feet back together. We're going to come back down to the floor. So coming down one leg at a time, we're going to come into a butterfly pose. So you're going to bring the soles of your feet to meet, letting your knees rest wide. It's okay if your knees are here. We're all starting somewhere. But just see if you can slowly start to release them out lower and lower. So grabbing your feet, your ankles, wherever it works for you, your shins, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let your shoulder tips rotate back. Lift that throat through. So this is so good for just toning the front of the body. And then exhale. Roll your shoulders forward. Baby comes over your hips. One more time. Inhale, squeeze and open. Exhale, roll it back. Coming into a little mermaid pose, you're going to take your right foot and place it off to the side. Your left foot stays right in front of you. So we're going to twist to the right side first. So your left hand comes across to your right knee. You're just doing a really mild twist here. And then let's do a counter twist, switching it out, going the other way, seeing how far around you can come. And then coming back to neutral, extend that right leg long on the mat now. Inhale, both arms around and up to the sky. And then twist slightly to your straightened out leg and lean forward as much as is comfortable. You can bring your hands down. Make sure baby is off to the side of that leg and your right toes are flexed up towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale, sinking a little bit lower. And then coming on up, let's switch it out. So we're going to take the right foot in, and first thing is bringing the left knee off. So this is kind of like a modified pigeon pose here. So left leg is off behind you, right foot is in front of you. We're twisting to the left first. Just opening up, making sure that our shoulders are sinking way away from our ears. We're not pulling them up. And then you can go to your opposite side, seeing how far you can walk your arms around just for a little counter twist here. And then coming back to neutral, extend that left leg long on the mat. Left toes are flexed up towards the sky. Inhale your arms around and up to the sky, creating that space in your spine and your side body. And then exhale, fold over as much as is comfortable, trying to keep those left toes flexed, keeping your front shoulder down. Taking some great breaths here. Good job. And then coming on back up, we are going to roll onto our back for our final postures today. So scooting your hips closer to your heels, slowly roll on down to your mat. Coming back into that supine twist one more time. Take both of your knees to one side. Your entire body rolls over to the side. So baby is off of your spine, off of your organs. Extend both arms out ahead of you. And then inhale, lift your top arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, let that arm fall behind you. I am not leaning my shoulder back, trying to get it to force its way down. I'm just letting gravity traction this spine and pull my arm down slowly with each exhale. Just allow it to happen naturally, organically. This is a great posture. It's hard to do any twists when you're pregnant. It's not advised to do any twists where you start from your back, but when you're off to the side and baby is off of your organs, it can be really comfortable to open up because your breast tissue can get so dense it can really hurt and just give you a stiff back. And then let's inhale, lift that left arm back up to the sky. It was my left, it could have been your right. And then you're just going to rotate on your back and go over to the other side. So I will join you since this is just a brief one. So stacking your ankles, knees, and hips. Head is down on the mat. Shoulders are stacked. Arms are extended. Inhale, lift your top arm up to the sky. And then as you exhale, just let it fall behind you. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Just seeing how much you can find some opening across your chest into your front of your shoulder. Just kind of detoxifying your spine. Another deep inhale in. And then exhale. Bringing that arm all the way back down. And now we are going to go into Shavasana. So if you are less than 20 weeks and you are still comfortable laying on your back, go for it. If you are already at the stage where you want to lay on one side, go for it. So if you have a side that you're more comfortable with, please find that one. You can put something under your head. You can put a block or something between your knees. If you want to elevate your feet up, placing them maybe on the couch or against the wall or in a chair, that can also help to alleviate any edema or swelling you might have in your ankles. But thank you for coming and sharing your practice. In this Shavasana now, I want you to explore the benefits that you just received, the opening that you have, the strength that we just built. If you really like that squat sequence, you can definitely just stop and pause and do it 2 times in a row. Whatever is for your comfort, for your desire. And as you lay here in your Shavasana, just be thankful for the body that you have. I know during pregnancy you have lots of aches and pains that you're like, are you kidding? This hurts now. I've been there. I know. But you're going to get through this, Mama. So if you like this video, if you want to see more, please subscribe. Check us out on Instagram or Facebook, and please drop a comment below. Let us know how you're feeling and what other classes you would like to have some experience with. But thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing, going forth. Let there be peace and love in your thoughts, peace and love in your words, and peace and love in your heart. From my heart to yours and that little one beating fiercely inside your chest. Namaste.